Okay, welcome to Q12 2020 number 3. This is part 2 when 8 people have qualified in the first round, which you may have seen a couple of days ago. I hope you have done. If not, go into Facebook, YouTube and look for Q12. Brendan is far more articulate than I, so he will explain the rules to our new rookie in the bottom left-hand corner there. That's Joe Taylor, who got through on a wing and a prayer on the last round. Watch it. Brendan, how do we play this round?
The round is made up of 12 questions. Each question has 6 clues. If you buzz in after the first clue and get it correct, you will get 6 points. After the second clue, 5 points, and so on and so forth, if you interrupt at any point. However, if at any point you get something wrong, you lose the equivalent number of points. So even if the final clue is finished, you'll still get -1 if you get it wrong. You can go into negative equity very quickly indeed if you're not careful. Simon Chilton, love you to bits, mate.
And here I am in full colour. So the first question is coming up. It's part 2, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The questions are always alive. Good luck, everybody, especially Ailsa. For 6 points, with a population of around 500 in the mid-16th century, granted city status in 1880, and a 2010 population estimated of 445,200, for 5 points, at the start of the 19th century, it saw 40% of the world's trade. For 4 points, the European Capital of Culture for 2008. For 3 points, in which... That's Michael McPartland. Liverpool is correct. It did get down to the football right at the end. Question 2, for 6 points. Airing on NBC from September the 19th, 1994 to April the 2nd, 2009. For 5 points, with a total of 331 episodes spanning 15 seasons. For 4 points, after the success of Jurassic Park, Michael Crichton dug out a screenplay. That is, does it look like Michael to you,
Yeah.
people?
Michael again.
Go on.
Yeah.
What is it? ER is the correct answer, Michael. Yeah, ER. And that's another 4-pointer, and a very good 4-pointer on that one. They do tend...
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep Dave's bill out. That's all you've got to do. Blah, de blah, de blah. If you know ER, you know ER. And if you don't want me to tell you the rest of the question. So that's just the way it goes. Michael on 8 points out of 2 questions. Woohoo! In early February of what year were Romanian footballer George Hagi, Princess Stephanie of Monaco, and Chris Rock all born? For 5 points, on the 6th of that month, Stanley Matthews played his final First Division game. For 4 points, on the 15th of that month, and I want the year, don't forget, Canada got its new flag, and for 3 points, the 18th, the Gambia became independent. For 2 points, Michael Bay and Dr. Dre were born on the 17th and 18th of February, and on the 21st of February, for 1 point, Malcolm X was assassinated in New York City. Go on then, Jim.
1965.
Is, I do believe, very much the correct answer for 1 point, which last week would have put you in very good stead indeed. The thing I think with that question as well, especially if you're watching, you must be thinking of, well, why did these people press? I personally think that if I'd have been playing there, I would have said, be third. Don't be first. Too much a gamble. Second, you've definitely got an indicator and you're going to fall the right side. And third, you're probably going to be all over it. But keep your powder dry, people. It's a scary round. Yes, we've got an expert summariser in the background. We can't see, but we can hear you, Paul. How soon would you have been in on that one, Mr.
Malcolm X. In fact, I could have got it wrong on Gambia.
Yeah.
Malcolm X was the only point I knew it.
Well, all February the same month, so we'll never forget that now. Number 3 for 6 points. Whose books include Chartthrob 2006 for 5 points? Oh my goodness, it's a 6-pointer coming up for Elsa.
Ben Elton.
Oh, yeah. And do you know what? Somebody else
Should have
had
gone as
pressed.
well.
Yeah, no, you were the only one to press, so it was a brave press. And Elsa, you are now in a position where you've not been in this position before, have you?
Well, getting one right, you know.
Good. This is what you do. All right, you fold your arms and or sit on your hands.
Notice my hands are nowhere near my buzzer now.
Next question. That was just a list of books ending up in. Oh, it wasn't listed. But the last two were musicals for 1 point, which you can work out yourself. 6 points in 1987. This man played 5 games of Australian rules football for the St Kilda Football Club's under-19 team. For 5 points, he was Accrington Cricket Club's professional in
Read it on the BBC website today. Shane Warne.
Well, I've basically took the verbatim quote from that website. What an interesting story. Brendan, can you imagine what the last 4 words are of that ever so long question?
I would imagine ball
of the century, by any chance.
Absolutely, ball of the century.
Oh man, I read the same thing.
Shh, don't do a Dave Hulley and tell everybody. You're going to let these things roll. So how many points was that? That was 5 for Accrington.
5,
Yeah.
I was tempted on the Aussie rules, but
yeah, he was a pretty handy player. You won't want to mix with him because it's like Pat Rafter says when he was asked if he was the best Australian sportsman, he says all the best Australian sportsmen play Aussie rules, which is something we don't get to see over here very much. Question 6. A whole number. How many meters tall was the architecture of the Eiffel Tower when completed in 1889? You're not going to press on that, are you? For 5 points. In feet per second, it's the maximum legal speed of a shot paintball. For 4 points. In Islamic history, the number of Muhammad's followers victorious at the Battle of Badr, B-A-D-R. For 3 points. The circumflex angle in degrees described by clock hands pointing at 10 and 12. For 2 points, in bowling, a perfect score. Dave Bill.
300.
For 2 points.
Should have been in on the maths.
Yeah, I went to have the clock. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, I did say circumflex twice, which probably kind of was the rider.
I would have had it on 6.
2 points, Dave Bill. I hope you're happy with that. I certainly would be. For 6 points, which song did Rolling Stone magazine place at 365 on their list of the 500 greatest songs of all time in 2004? You're not going to press on that. For 5 points, Brendan, it was sung on Australian Idol by finalist Dan England and 2006's winner Damien Leith, on American Idol by Clay Aiken and Kelly Pickler. It was performed on the original series of Pop Idol by runner-up Gareth Gates. For 4 points, who later released it as a single. For 3 points, the song appeared in a Ford Fiesta commercial featuring 2 German engineers moulding a car together. For 2 points, in a parody of Ghost. For 1 point, which song has the... James, I am obviously going on a song, so I'm going to give you 2 points if you get it right.
Jane Melody.
Yeah. There wasn't enough given away on that which song. It was... Because it started which song, so I didn't give anything extra away. You've got 2 points, but only just. I'd have thought somebody would press in just a wee bit quicker on that, on the moulding the cars together in a parody of Ghost. James... 2 points. And it's a unique distinction of number 1 4 times for 4 different people.
No, it's not.
5 times, is it?
No, but You Never Walk Alone went 4 times as well this year.
Ah, well, I'm glad I didn't get to part 1 of the last part of that question, David. Thanks for bailing me out. Which team were first managed by John Tate Robertson between 1905 and 1906? For 5 points, David Calderhead for 26 years from 1907, and Ted Drake for much of the 1950s. Sorry, 4 points for Ted Drake. 3 points for Danny Blanchflower and Jeff Hurst. For 2 points, Jose Mourinho. For Michael McPartland with Juninho. Go on.
Spurs.
Michael?
Spurs.
No. -2. For 2 points, Jose Mourinho, and for 1 point, Roberto Di Matteo, with whom they... That is Lee.
Chelsea.
It is Chelsea for 1 point. Who appeared in Free Jack 1992 and in art films such as Bent 1997? Oh my goodness. We're still on Dave Bill. Anyway, go on.
I'm going to go for it. Mick Jagger.
Yep, you've got it.
For the 4 famous people in Free Jack, you're going to go for that.
6 points for Dave Bill, which definitely puts you in the echelon. For 5 points, it would have been 7 children with 4 women. Yeah. and the rest. Okay, this is 654-321 question, which is very 654-321. Might be a bit loose, the figures might change, but it's approximately right. For 6 points, 6th in the world by total number of speakers. For 5 points, perhaps 5th in Italy. For 4 points, 4th in Europe by mother tongue. For 3 points, 3rd in the United States. For 2 points, 2nd in Canada and Switzerland. Lee.
French.
The French Church Street Gang, yes. Lee. That's 2 points. Canada and Switzerland. What else was it ever going to be?
Steve, can you give us an idea of what everybody's scores are?
Of course I can.
Please.
I'll stop the clock as well. Do you know the strange thing is, in the order you've appeared, in the order you qualified, you're in that order now. McP, 11. Got to be safe, providing he doesn't press.
Yeah, I'm not gonna...
Dave Bill, 8. Got to be safe if he doesn't press. Ailsa, 6. Solid. Lee, well, you're into the range where people are trying and shoot you down, so you're on 3, Lee. James is on 2. Brendan's on 0. Joe's on 0. Now, the interesting dynamic there is that with Lee being on 3, that means that hope springs eternal for everybody in the bottom half of the table. Lee seems to have got a lot more than 3 points to me, but there was a 1-pointer and a 3-pointer, so a 2-pointer, so they're all quite low down the table. Good luck, everybody. Jim's on 1 point.
Yeah.
Jim's on 1 point. Brendan and Joe on 0 and 0. Okay, good luck, everybody.
How many more questions are there?
The next question is question number 11. There are 2 questions.
Okay.
Who played Chesty Smith in the 1992 film School Ties? For 5 points. Who played Michael Jennings in Paycheck? For 4 points. Who played...
Ours.
Go on, Brendan.
Ben Affleck.
4 points. Never mind 4 points.
5 points.
5 points. I never got round to Larry Jiggly and Jiggly, did I? And never mind Batman at the bottom. Are you pleased with yourself, Brendan?
Yes, I am.
Give us a little smile then, please. A little Zoe giggle.
Stop it.
I didn't get that. Oh, I did.
I'm not out of the woods, though, am I? Because if Lee gets this last one right, he's going to knock me out.
Yeah, you still need to play it.
Let me sort it out for you.
Ailsa can smile.
Elsa's safe, Mike's safe, and Dave's safe. And I'm in Lee's crosshairs. Technically, I'm in everybody's crosshairs.
You're in everybody's crosshairs.
If somebody gets a 6, or if Jim gets a 5.
If anybody gets a 5, they're in.
Yeah.
If Joe gets a 5, he's in. And after Joe's performance in the last round, this could go to anybody. So good luck. This is number 12. Between January the 18th and March the 8th, 1943, what was banned by Claude R. Wickard in the United States, where, for 5 points, he held the position of food administrator on the pretext that it needed extra wrapping? For 4 points, Jim.
Meat.
Jim, I'm afraid you've lost 4 points, which puts you well out of it, but you had to do it. Give Jim a little round of applause while I'm putting the scores in place. Thank you. 4 people remain with a chance. But you can only draw a level on this. After he held the position for 5 points, a food administrator, on the pretext that it needed extra wrapping. For 4 points, still sold around the world, it varies in thickness between around 5 to 20 millimeters in the UK. For 3 points, in Canada and the United States, Texas toast is a type double the typical thickness. For 2,
I'll go bacon.
no, James, you have lost.
I needed to do it.
You have lost 3 points there, James. So -3. I can see where you went on Texas toast as well. Moving right along. For 2 points, Texas toast is a double the typical thickness. For 2 points, the best claim to the invention of what is that of Otto Frederick Rovedder of Davenport, Iowa, and the Chillicothe Baking Company, Missouri, who first sold it on July the 7th, 1928. For 1 point,
I've got
Lee?
Pot pie. No, I don't know.
No, it's not Lee. -1. No, -2 actually.
Yeah. I wouldn't have gone for it at 1 and no point. Well,
yeah. Okay, right. Well, here we go. The little ones we throw back. Paul will be absolutely clenching his buttocks, wanting to buzz in on this one, I know. For 1 point, since when there have been many claims to better inventions, but none proven. Go on, tell him, David.
Sliced bread.
Michael's pressed his.
Sliced
Michael's
bread.
having the 1
Sliced
point.
bread. Have a point, please, Steve.
Oh, did you buzz on it?
No idea.
I buzzed, yeah. I said sliced bread, but
Okay, well, I'll give you the point on that, Michael. There you go, sliced bread. So the situation is at the top of the table. McP 12, Dave Bill 8, Ailsa 6, Brendan 4. I thought that might have gone on a speculative gamble. 5. Did you get a 1 pointer, Brendan, somewhere along the way?
No,
got
I got
5
5 for Ben
One
Affleck because he
5
hadn't started the 4th.
You did, and it's in there now. Okay, brilliant, people, brilliant. Give me a moment to get set up. Go make yourself a nice coffee or something.